morning, Carmel. Today is March 15th and a C-Day. I'm your host, Zena Corday. Today, we'll be going through some announcements, then an inside look into Carmel's lunch waste, an overview of electives that you may be interested in, and finally, Mission Minute. There will be a meeting for all wrestlers and those interested in wrestling on Tuesday, March 15 at 3:15 in room 105. We will collect uniforms, hand out awards, and talk about the spring and summer. The meeting will take 30 minutes at the most. Please bring your uniforms. The debate team will be having a meeting Tuesday, March 15, starting at 3:45 p.m. in Ms. Carrizio's room, which is room 106. Saturday, March 12th, the 9 robotics team competed at Elgin Community College against over 30 other teams for the state championship. 9 finished on the first place alliance and are currently waiting to see if they win a bid to return to the World Championship in Houston, Texas in April. Congratulations and good luck, Nyan. There'll be a Scholastic Bowl meeting or practice directly after school on Wednesday, March 16th in room 107. Any questions, see Mr. Rafferty. Mrs. Tritterton's ecological footprint class recently carried out a waste audit for all the cafeteria's waste. Tomorrow they'll be completing another waste audit, the second of 3. The purpose of this is to evaluate Carmel's waste. In order to make change, we must understand where to start. So let's see what they did.
Hey, good morning, Carmel Catholic High School. We are conducting our first ever cafeteria audit, and the goal of this is to really measure how much waste we generate and to see how much food waste we have, how much plastic waste we have, and see how we can improve this, right? The only way you can prove something is to measure it. And this is all part of our sustainability goals, right? Carmel wants to be a good steward. We want to take good care of the land and the environment, and this is how it starts, by doing stuff like this. So I'm so proud of these students. They're digging through the garbage and they're doing all the dirty work. So we'll be sharing more cool info with you guys later.
So me, Bryce, and Evan, we were taking out the trash from the cafeteria, and then we will just drive it together to the aux gym, and that's pretty much it. So we were garbage men, basically.
Our job is to pick up the trash and put it on this scale, and then she checks the little thingy to see what it weighs, and then she types it in as either waste or recycle so we can see how heavy the trash is and how heavy the recycling is. And then we bring it over there where it will be sorted.
Okay, over at the station, we're sorting through all of the garbage and putting it in different piles. We have different buckets for plastics, for aluminums, for paper and like cardboard waste, and for food waste. And basically we just have to literally dig through these bags, and if there's liquid, we have to dump it out. And if there's food, we're sorting it into different containers. And it's kind of dirty and messy. My hands are like starting to be covered in like coffee juice, which isn't fun, but it's just a lot of hard work at the station before it gets sorted and weighed at the next station.
Plastics?
We're measuring plastics, aluminum, cardboard, and then we're going for each bag, and then we're going to add them all up at the end.
Well, you know, it's great to be here. I brought Christian Lifestyles class with me, and we talked about Laudato Si, and I think this is important work. One thing I mentioned in the class was the Pope Francis's vision with Laudato Si is to see how we're interconnected with the environment, with God's creation. And so the importance as followers of Jesus to not only be in right relationship with God and neighbor, but also with our common home as well.
Congratulations to the women's soccer team who won their first game last night against Grayson Central. The score was 4-0. Woo! Are there some classes that you're curious in and aren't sure of? Here is Brianna Keener giving you the info you need to sign up for these classes next year.
This year, consider the Social Studies department. The Social Studies electives can be divided into 3 types: history, human studies, and civics. We've already covered civics a few weeks ago. Now it's time to go over Carmel's history classes. Ancient World History is a class focusing on the roots of the history of the world, starting at the dawn of humanity and ending in the Middle Ages. The class develops skills in note-taking, critical thinking, and expository writing. They take a look at how the first governments, religions, and economic systems were formed and the differences between these different cultures. Let's hear about the workload from some previous students.
Classwork was mostly taking notes from the lectures in class and working on cool group projects to present. There wasn't a lot of homework, and I had a lot of fun.
Ancient World History is taught by Mr. Smith and is available to all students. European History is a class focusing on the history of Europe starting in the Renaissance all the way up to the 20th century. It is designed to develop students' analytical thinking and writing skills. They study subjects such as the political, religious, and social themes present in Europe. European History is available to juniors and seniors. If you're interested in European history, you could also take Miss Bertot's History of Europe's Development, available to juniors and seniors. Chicago History is a class surveying the geography, history, and culture of our city, Chicago. It focuses on developing critical thinking and creative skills, oral and written communication, time management, and problem solving in students. They study the civic values and changing and responsive culture in Chicago. Let's hear about the workload from some previous students.
One student told us we did a few worksheets here and there and watched a couple of videos. It was pretty much all in-class work and I had no homework. I really enjoyed the field trip we took to Chicago. Mrs. Donner is a great teacher.
Chicago History is taught by Mrs. Donner and is available to juniors and seniors. Modern American History through Film is a new class studying a variety of films that cover different themes reflecting important and impactful events in American history. Students engage in both verbal and written discussions of these films and events. Modern American History through Film will be taught by Mr. Halloran and is available to juniors and seniors. Thank you for listening, and remember to check your curriculum and talk to your fellow students about the classes you'd like to take next year. If any of these classes interest you, please talk to your counselor as soon as possible. Have a great day, Carmel.
Christian service hours are due for seniors and freshman students on May 1st. Students need to have 20 hours of Christian service by May 1st. If you're struggling with the requirement or have any questions about the Christian service program, please see Ms. Kerger in room 112 by the Brandsma Chapel. This week, a Lenten prayer service with the opportunity to receive the sacrament of reconciliation will take place during theology classes. Visiting priests will be in the Brandsma Chapel to help hear confessions. Your theology teacher will be sharing more information with you in class. Thank you all so much for watching today's show. And don't forget to subscribe to CDN's YouTube channel. I'm your host, Zeno Corday, signing off. Have a trailblazing Tuesday, Carmel.